Welcome aboard. It's Captain G with a Turn 7 update of HBG's Okinawa. I I set this aside because I wanted to start by showing everyone the massive casualties this turn just from kamikaze air, kamikaze submarines, air to naval attacks on both sides, air to air combat, and naval combat, surface combat. All of that, which is before any of the ground battle happens. So the U.S. lost a fleet carrier, an escort carrier, a cruiser, 2 destroyers, 2 bombers, two tactical bombers, and the Japanese managed to take out an LVT embarked trying to land at a beach with a regiment of army. The Japanese, in addition to 3 hits on the Yamato, it takes 4, 3 hits on the Yamato, 2 hits on a cruiser. They lost all 4 of the new destroyers that were escorting the 9th Division. They lost 2 of those transports and all of the units embarked. They lost all 4 of their kamikaze subs, 2 on attack and 2 by U.S. destroyer action. A bunch of fighters, and of course all the kamikazes. That was before the ground attack. So again, I really love this game. There's so much depth to it. So that's where we start. Let's jump to the north, where the 6th and the 1st Marines are making their way up. They secured this victory city last time, and then the 1st Marines moving up the flank of the 6th to take out these gun positions. Attacked, didn't get a lot of hits because even with the commander, they're at a -1. And then the Japanese counterattacked, and same thing, even with their commander, that when they go on the offense, they're at -1. So both sides took casualties. The Marines are getting bled. They need some more reinforcements. So they did land 2 LVTs, as well as a transport with a flame tank along these beaches here. The 6th Marines moved up, took most of this out. There's only a small portion of the Japanese forces left here. Once they clear this, they should be able to capture Nakaushi airfield, and if they can get these Seabees up here in short order, they can bring in a couple more squadrons of Marine Corps Corsairs and add to their battle. One thing they were very conscious of, as they were here in the middle of the island, was ensuring that they did not leave their airfields undefended with aircraft, because they only sank 2 out of the 4 Japanese transports. Those other 2 transports landed here in the north. The initiative was won by the U.S. I should have started with that. So the U.S. was moving first, so they had to anticipate what the Japanese would do. And since I'm playing both sides, believe me, I didn't know. I just knew the Japanese had options. I let the Americans try to block or negate as many of those options as possible, and then the Japanese went with the best one remaining. That's kind of how I'm playing it. Although I definitely have a conscious bias for the Navy and Marine Corps. But that's just, that's common. All right, so the Marines here disengaged out of this village. They futilely attacked last time. It was a futile attack, so they disengaged. The only fast mover that could get up here was their armor. They got infantry and LVTs close, but only the armor could be here to oppose the beach landing. The Japanese landed and took out the tank, and the tank took out 1 infantry. So depending on who gets the initiative, if the U.S. gets the initiative, this infantry can block to prevent these guys from moving in, because these guys will be able to move up and block the tank from going around. They don't have anyone on the airfield. They did maximize the number of aircraft landed on there, because before the land movements, the U.S. air had to land, and I didn't want to leave any aircraft here for these transports to just come down and land. So I sent all of my Marine and as much of my Navy air as possible onto the other airfields, because I was also worried about kamikaze attacks on carriers, knocking them out and losing the aircraft on the decks or below deck. So we'll see how this goes. Winning, I like the initiative die roll. I mean, both sides have over 200 victory points, so that's got to get fixed. But having a die roll play a factor into it in the initiative is a lot more fun than just the same side having the initiative every single time, because you don't know when it might switch, right? So that's the north. I'm not going to pan ahead for the reinforcements. Down here in the south, sort of in a circular motion, the Army here moved into this zone to attack. They captured 1 airfield. They contested the other airfield. And in the air phase of the battle, although it cost them some bombers, some of their infinite bombers, they did get enough bombers through to roll damage and knock out that airfield. So no kamikaze reinforcements at all for the Japanese, because they have no functional airfields that they control that are not contested. So that was a success between the Army Air Corps bombing and the Army, at least if not capturing this airfield, putting it contested. So a couple rounds of combat here, both the initial attack as well as the Japanese counterattack. After being reinforced, they've been shucking infantry from far south up. You know, they move up, these guys move up, etc., and they just do a daisy chain to make sure that they're maximizing their forward defenses and aligning their artillery. These heavy artillery can fire 1, 2, and then these artillery can fire down, so they're raining fire down on the Army here, and their artillery was here and then moved up. So the battle is evolving in the south, and that's the south. I don't think I have anything more to add. I'm log jammed logistically. I have a ton of Army and Marines now. All the reinforcements through level 7, turn 7, have come in. And I just realized, turn 7's, yeah. So now I can start bringing on Task Force 58 and the 2nd Marine Division, followed by our old friends, the 81st Infantry Division, who come in starting on turn 11. So I can start putting these guys in the water next turn and sending them ashore somewhere once I figure out where that is, how I want to do that. Don't have to bring them in. I think there's a incentive for the U.S. victory point wise not to bring them in. But you can see the smoke rising. There are very few ships that are not damaged. I did consolidate the fleet, bring these guys around with the intent of maximizing my defenses. I wasn't sure, again, naval, this movement was same time as this attack, but I didn't know if how that was going to go. Consolidate that fleet. I do have still a large force from Tokyo. Good weather. These guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bombers, 6 or 8 fighters. I don't remember off the top of my head. That will still be able to come down and attack the fleet. So next up, turn 8, we'll see not only the deployment of these reinforcements, the 2nd Regiment of the 9th Division, but the 3rd and final wave on turn 8. And as I already discussed, the 2nd Marine Division will start coming in from the south if the U.S. chooses to do that. So 3 roles that are key: weather and initiative. And let's go ahead and roll that now, so that way you know, as well as I know, what happens at the start of turn 8. Red is the Japanese, green is the U.S., white is the weather. All right, so the U.S. lost the initiative, but fortunately Japan has no kamikazes, and it's good weather. Sunny, clear skies. That is, that's pretty good. So Japan has the initiative on turn 8. Clear skies, no effect. I'll be able to land more troops, as will the Japanese. Well, this is Captain G. We'll see you on turn 8. Over and out.